Hello, dear lovely souls. This is your July 2024 reading. I'm eating because I'm stressed, but we have 2 more days before July, and I don't want to disappoint you. So I want to make this video while I have some mental capacity to do so. And we're having some background party because my neighbors didn't shut the fuck up from 6 a.m. I was awake from 6 a.m. to make this video. They decided to have a construction the whole day, and now they have a party. What is this? Okay, my name is Soleil. I make monthly astrology videos, and I also have my Astro Academy where I'm teaching students from 0 to go to advanced level so that they can help other people and become astrologers too. So if you want to join that, you can. I'm not gonna promote it today. I have zero capacity to do so. I have enough energy to do the reading, so let's go. We're gonna start from I need to also let you know that there are more than 17 aspects for this month only. That's the baby that doesn't stop talking or yelling for 2 months now. Okay, maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't, but I hear it and it annoys me. There are a lot of aspects. I'll try to be as specific as I can, but make sure that you are checking your rising sign, your sun sign, and a moon sign, and we're starting with Pisces. Hello, dear Pisces. Let's go. First of all, from yesterday, from 27th of June until 1st of July, Mars is sextiling Venus for you from your 3rd house to your 5th house. So Venus is in your 5th house at the moment, and Mars is in your 3rd house. And this sextile is basically bringing you, for some of you, it's probably bringing connections from love, partnerships, or not partnerships, love, romance, dating opportunities with people from your neighborhood. You could be invited by your classmate on a date, or you could meet more of those people from your past. Also, it can mean that for some of you, you are traveling to places, short distance traveling, where you are having lots of fun and enjoying a lot of things. For others of you who have kids, probably this is the period where you are either deciding or choosing the school for your kids, or your kids started studying. So that's amazing. From 2nd of July, Neptune will go retrograde in Pisces, so you will be very much fixated on the past because it's going on your 1st house, so you'll be very, very much nostalgic about the past, about everything that has been happening for you in your whole entire life, because Neptune rules Pisces. And the next day, the same day, Neptune will trine a Mercury that is in your 5th house. So with this aspect, what's going on is, to me, I feel like maybe you will be very much nostalgic over someone from your past that is related to love, romance, or it could be that you're nostalgic about your hobbies or the things that made you happy before, the things that brought you joy before, or maybe you are thinking about starting a business from your past. So in the past, maybe you did some kind of business and then you're like, maybe didn't go well, so now you will be kind of nostalgic over that. For others of you, it could be that maybe you will find some kind of secret related to kids, or maybe you will be nostalgic over getting pregnant or having your own kids. Mercury will enter Leo on 3rd of July. It's gonna go to your 6th house. So Mercury in the 6th house is kind of strong. So here you will have plans and routines to work on some kind of specific goals related to either your health or related to your work. maybe you will be thinking about finding a new job or applying for promotions, or maybe you will be doing your physical health checkups, or maybe some of you will be so nostalgic to get a pet that you always wanted to have. The same day, Pluto will oppose Mercury from your 6th house to your 12th house. So during this day, it will be like 1-2 days before and after. So during this day, it will be that maybe you will start thinking about your health more, and especially maybe trying to find a balance between work and your health and your routine. It really depends how influenced you are by Mercury. So if you're ruled by Mercury or have very strong Plutonic or Mercurian energy, you will definitely feel this day. If not, it will just go. Then, the same day, Venus will trine Saturn in your 1st house. So Venus is still in your 5th house, making a trine to Pisces that is in your 1st house. And Saturn at this point is retrograde. So what will happen is that I feel like some of you are having definitely some people from the past coming back and reshaping your vision, your view of life, your view of people in your life, and how people should be, and how love should be. So maybe during this period, maybe your ex is coming back, and you will be a little bit more on the strict side of accepting them or not. So it really depends. So just let me know how it goes. Then on the 6th of July, we have a new moon in Cancer, and it's happening again in your 5th house. So your 5th house is very much highlighted, especially in the beginning of the month. 5th house is all about love. So new beginnings and things to do with love, things that bring you joy, things that bring you happiness, and lots of life energy. So that's what we're having for the new moon for you. New beginnings, new initiations. On 11th of July though, Venus will enter your 6th house, so you will join Mercury, which is also in there. And in this moment, maybe if you had any health problems, it will get better. And also during this period, maybe you will start either receiving promotions or thinking about those financial bonuses and promotions. And the thing is, the next day, Venus will oppose the Pluto that is in your 12th house. So it will do the same thing that it did with Mercury. And again, it's related to, in this case, it's related to maybe for me, I would think it's something to do with allergies or skin problems. So not much of an alcohol or drug problems, or I just feel like some kind of irritation, and it might bother you. Then 15th of July, Mars is conjuncting Uranus, and I talked about this in my summer video. 15th of July. During this period, just be careful with transportation, flying, driving, traveling somewhere. Be kind of careful with it, or better not do anything, but you can observe lots of technology glitches for you. Then Mercury will start its shadow period from 17th of July, and then in August it will go retrograde, and this shadow period will determine, so starting from 17th of July, all the things that you will start doing from 17th of July, when Mercury goes retrograde in August, you'll go back to these specific topics from your 6th house that I mentioned earlier. From 21st of July until 22nd of July, so one day before, one day after, Mercury will also square Uranus from your 6th house. So here I would definitely say Be careful with the documents that you're signing, or people calling you to help you with work or trying to sell you something. So be aware of fraud situation here. Yeah, especially when Mars will enter Gemini on 21st of July. There will be lots of fraud or people who will be doing some crazy things via call or via messaging you. So just be careful with that. Technology, transportation. Don't listen to new people that you don't know about when they offer you something. Not a good idea. So Mars will enter Gemini on 21st. It's gonna go to your 4th house. So here I would clearly say that there will be either this kind of neighbors that will bother you and it will irritate you, or you will get so aggressive. I was actually planning to go and smack their door because it's been going on from 10 a.m. and it's 6 p.m. So Mars in the 4th house also talks about moving out and moving in. So lots of commute and lots of business in the things to do within your house. So for example, these people who are having construction, they probably have something in Aquarius, because right now for Aquarius it's the 4th house. So there you go. For you it will be next month. Or it could be that you are moving back to your home country or traveling from your home country to another place. So as I said, lots of moving in, lots of moving out. Then the same day, we will have a full moon in Capricorn in your 11th house. So 11th house is actually the second full moon of Capricorn. We had full moon in Capricorn on 22nd. So it will be something similar to 22nd of June. It's the same thing that happened in June. It's kind of like completion. So with Capricorn, with Saturn energy, as you can clearly see, having 2 full moons in Capricorn clearly shows that people with Capricorn energy or Saturn energy have to do things twice in order to complete something. So some kind of topic from last month is going to finally have a completion, and it is to do with your friends, your community, with something to do online and social media, to do with some kind of projects, with some kind of groups, with some kind of friends. Good days. From 18th of July until 26th of July, Venus will sextile Jupiter from your 6th house to your 4th house. So here, I would say maybe for some of you, you will either make your, let's say, movement or immigration or travel or moving in and moving out kind of official on paper. So you will have this clarification on how things are going to play out for you. So it's also the lucky aspect that I usually call. Venus and Jupiter usually make some kind of luck or abundance aspect together. So maybe you will find a job that will be either close to your house or something to do with your house and your work that are going to have good balance and good luck. So also maybe something to do with your pets. You're moving into your new house and now you will have a pet. You will be able to have a pet. Just let me know how it plays out. It's very interesting. But I can clearly see that maybe during this period you will find a perfect house that will be very convenient for you to go to work and to have this life balance. And on 26th of July, Mercury will enter Virgo and it's gonna go to your 7th house of partnership. So it's still in a shadow period. So it's gonna go from your 6th house topics to your 7th, and then in August you will go back from 7 to 6. So from 26th of July, your focus or your thoughts are going to be about some kind of specific partnership. It can be your best friend, it can be one-on-one partnership, it can be your business partner, it can be your clients, it could be official marriage. So With this Mercury in the 7th house, you can also get more reputation for what you do if you're working with clients or you have consultations. Right. So if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can reach out to me. And if you want to study astrology with me, you can also study and join my classes, which are amazing. And we're moving on to Aquarius. Okay, so hello dear Aquarius, this is your July video. Make sure that you're checking your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So let's begin. Yeah, make sure to check all of those. All right, so I'm sorry, I'm stress eating before my neighbors decide to do something else noisy. Okay, first things first, Mars is sextiling Venus from 27th of June until 1st of July. And this aspect is happening for you in things to do with your home and your work, or your pets and your home. So to me, it looks like since you are having lots of things going on around your house, so either moving in or moving out or being extremely busy, here I think you might be able to find the balance between either the right location or the right equipment or the right furniture for your house that could be good for some of you who are having your in-house office. And then on 2nd of July, Neptune will go retrograde in your 2nd house, and it has to do with your self-worth, your value, your food intake, and money. So maybe during this period you will have nostalgia around the ways that you used to make money, the ways that you used to look like on your physical body, the ways that you used to feel about yourself, confident, and etc. It's a long retrograde, but it's not going to affect you're not gonna feel it as much unless this Neptune is making some kind of squares, some kind of oppositions to your natal planets, or if you're ruled by Pisces. Yeah. Also the same day, 2nd of July, Neptune that is retrograde will trine Mercury that is in your 6th house. So this trine is over money, so I feel like maybe you will receive an offer from your past either position or from your past work to work with them again, or maybe you will find a job that will be similar to something that you did in the past. Then Mercury will enter Leo the next day on 3rd of July. Mercury will go to Leo and it's going to go to your 7th house. So starting from 3rd of July, Aquarius's concentration, the mental concentration is going to be around partnerships, can be literal friendships, like friendship, like best friend, like one-on-one connection that you have, not like friend group, but like that one friend. You will have more topics around your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, your business partner, your client, consultations, things to do with official like justice topics. So also it's good time for you to find more clients, or for you to get more reputation over what you do, as let's say if you're consulting or if you're selling something. Then the same day, actually, Mercury will oppose Pluto. That is in your 1st house. So here, it will be, you will feel like someone is trying to control you. And you're like, excuse me, who do you think you are? Get away. So it's just that one day where you might be either irritated, or you will feel like you're being pressured, or maybe you will pressure somebody else. basically someone will piss you off this day. That same day, Venus will trine Saturn, that is in your second house. So here, Saturn is also retrograde, and it is also in your second house of money making, and Venus is literally money in your sixth house. So here, clearly I can see some kind of financial offers from previous jobs or from previous places where you have worked in. Also, maybe during this period, you will go back to your older diet, older routine that has to do with your physical health and how you feel. On 6th of July, we will have a new moon in Cancer in the 6th house. So if you can see, the beginning of this month is literally very much concentrated around your health, physical health, your pets, your work, and your routine. So that's like a new beginning for you. On 11th of June, Venus will enter Leo to your 7th house. So now the lovey-dovey partnership games are officially on with some materialistic results. So not only you will be thinking about your partners or your friends or a specific client or clients, now you will receive financial if it has to do with work or business, now you will receive financial gains. Or if it has to do with like dates, here is definitely you're either meeting someone with whom you will go on a date, so you will spend more time learning about them, or during this period your popularity will increase, so there will be more people reaching out to you for, let's say, consultations. And then the thing is, it's like the day that Venus changes to Leo, but then it's also that day where it will trine Neptune, that is in your second house. So to me, it feels like very much some kind of financial gain happening for you around 11th of July. However, again, on 12th of July, we'll have Venus opposing Pluto. So again, someone in your surrounding who is super close to you will be pissing you off, or there will be some kind of argument or something that makes you feel that you are being pressured or controlled. It can be their business partner or friend, or just someone in your life that you kind of know well, or maybe your client won't be satisfied with your job, but it's just one day. So I know you can handle the communication wise here because you're number one communicator, so I believe in you. 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus, and I made a video about it, I think in summer video, and it's the conjunction that is happening for you in the 4th house, and I feel like it's something to do within the house. So maybe some kind of glitch or some kind of spark, I don't know, something like this, some kind of random neighbor that decides to start construction from 6 a.m. until 7 p.m. now and start playing music. Something that's like, it's just 1 or 2 days, but it's going to be like, maybe your electricity will shut down at home, or maybe you were planning to travel back home and then the flight is canceled, or you were trying to travel like with a car and the car gets broken. So during this day, chill, or you can fight this kind of neighbors. From 17th of July, Mercury will enter its shadow period. So it means that from 17th of July, all the topics that will start happening from 17th of July until Mercury goes retrograde, all of these topics are going to come retro. It's gonna come back. And then Mercury from 21st of July until 22nd of July will square Uranus. So this aspect for you is happening with someone, your partner. So as you can see now, from 11th of July, your topics are going to be more about partnerships. So here you're having like a square, so maybe some kind of argument or some kind of misunderstanding with someone you live with. That would be the most specific way to play this out. Someone you live with, or some kind of contract, some kind of negotiation, some kind of deal that has to do with your Airbnb, with your real estate, or with your house. Then on 21st, Mars will enter Gemini. It's gonna go to your 5th house. So now for you, this dates, romance, joy, entertainment, kids topics are on, officially on. You're feeling bazillion butterflies in your stomach. You have so much drive and so much motivation to move forward, push forward, and fight. And not in a bad way, fight for like happiness, for joy. Topics, everything that I mentioned, those topics are going to be very much the highlight of your month. Then we will have a full moon in Capricorn that is happening for you in your 12th house. So this is the same thing that happened last month, 22nd of June. It's completion, full completion of whatever happened for you in on 22nd of June. So remember what happened 22nd of June. That's similar energy that's going to happen, but for you it's like full completion of understanding mostly the general aspects of your life. So it's going to be some kind of bulb moment where you're like, okay, now I understand who am I and where I am heading. Then we will have a lucky aspect. My favorite aspects is always with Venus and Jupiter. It's happening from, wow, 18th of July until 26th of July. And for you, it's happening, drumroll, guess what? In partnership and love. So, unexpected dates, unexpected offers to go on a date or to sign some kind of business papers, or to officially decide to start getting pregnant, or maybe officially upgrading your relationship and moving forward. Then on 26th of July, Mercury will enter Virgo, and it's gonna go to your 8th house of other people's money, sexual relationships, passion, intensity, mysteries and secrets, and mostly money, how to make money, how to double your finances and your capital, not necessarily by working, but by doing some things like getting a loan or applying for grants or for scholarships. So that's going to be your mental focus. And if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can always contact me, or just order the book, the reading in the links. Or if you're interested in studying astrology with me, you can do so as well. And we're moving on to Capricorns. Okay. Hello, dear Capricorn. This is your July reading. And this is your Capricorn stellium fella. But you need to make sure that you are checking your rising sign and your moon sign and your star sign as well. So let's begin. First of all, please let me know how it's playing out, because it's something interesting I would like to discuss. I've been involved in a lot of Capricorn Cancer drama in the past year. I wasn't involved, but I heard about it a lot, and I might be involved in one too. So let me know how it's going on, because from 27th of June until 1st of July, actually, Mars is sextiling Venus from your 5th house to your 7th house. So some kind of topics that have to do with some kind of love relationship, some kind of love partnership, or just a partnership that could be financially beneficial, so either financially beneficial or actually love related, are going to be like in the air, playing around. So tell me how it's going, but how it is going, but consider that Saturn is retrograde, so we're dealing with, and Saturn rules Capricorn, so we're dealing with some exes, with people or stories from the past, and it's in the sign of Pisces, which has to do with fixation or nostalgia. So let me know if this is true for you, because I can tell you from 3 stories that I've seen in this week, this is what exactly has been happening for people who have strong Cancer and Capricorn energies. Now, Neptune will go retrograde from 2nd of July in the 3rd house. So these are some topics to do with your siblings, topics to do with short distance travelings, and things to do with some kind of documents, technology, and paper. So obviously technology will start glitching. I already talked about this. It doesn't have to do with Mercury retrograde. It's just gonna glitch a lot in the summer. Then, now, think about it. Neptune is about, it's like very much duality type of energy. So, and it has to do with some things to do with secrets. So, and 3rd house, the house either of traveling, short distance, either of siblings or your classmates, your high school mates, elementary, whatever, people from your close surroundings, and documents, right? So think about it. There is just some kind of topic around these things that is playing out, because also the same day Neptune is trining Mercury, which is documents, conversations, speculations. So, and they're trining from your 3rd house to your 7th house. So I have exact story that perfectly describes this aspect, but I cannot share it with you, because why? Because it's Neptunian, it's very secretive. Me telling you already, it's already like giving you the secret, but I am an astrologer, so I have to tell you. But I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it is, but like every keyword that I explained, on point, every keyword, everything. So I'll just give the keywords again for you, so it's your job to connect the dots, because I teach my students that astrology is all about keywords. It's like a puzzle, that like logic game, some mystery game where you have to connect the dots and you have to make your own conclusions, because your life is in your hands and it's gonna play out the way that you have experiences in. Siblings, documents, short distance travelings, classmates or friends from your childhood, people from your neighborhood, cars, communication, and technology. Having this trine with everything to do with the same thing with Mercury. So I'll just give you like some kind of agreement that is going to be playing out for some Capricorns, but they would try to make it a secret. It's related to their either love partner or business partner. So think about that. Okay. I want to know how it's going to play out, because it's so much fun to observe, because it's happening to people around you, to yourself. So it's fun. Okay. Neptune. Okay, we talked about Neptune. Mercury enters Leo on 3rd of July. So with Mercury going to Leo, to your 8th house, now you'll be like, okay, screw this, whatever, relationships, whatever, I don't care. Now we need to think about how to make more money, because upcoming years are not going to be as fun. With all the social planets, okay, not all, with Saturn and Neptune in upcoming year going to Aries, gonna square all of Capricorn aspects. You'll be like, I need to think about how I can prevent I don't know, some financial problems in my life, so I have to start coming up with good ideas now. That's one. Two, for others of you, it can be that maybe if you have partners, this is like level up game where you're like getting your relationship to the next stage. So it's like more sexual connections, more secrets, more intensity, thinking about grants, thinking about loans, or applying for some kind of support, governmental support, whatever, those kind of things. And on the same day, this Mercury will oppose Pluto, that is in your second house. So maybe the reason that you will start searching for jobs or thinking about the ways to make money is because your bank account will be like, oh, not a lot of money. During this day, you will feel like you're broke. You might feel like financially it's not enough. So you will be like, okay, time to work. Then on the same day, guess what happens? We have Saturn, which is again in your third house of Pisces, that has to do with secrets, some things, and Saturn, which has to do with official papers, official documents. It's opposite of all of those things, making trine with Venus, that is in your seventh house. So this topic of some kind of relationship with someone, some kind of document, is very highlighted, especially in the beginning of the month. It's probably started in the end of June already. So something to kind of think about. Then we'll have a new moon. Guess where? In your seventh house of partnership. So something to do like this. The beginning of the month is fully about some kind of partnership that is happening, either love or business, or something to do with a friend or with someone specific in your life that you're having some kind of one-on-one interaction. Obviously, everything that I mentioned can also apply to consultations and clients that you're having, or suing someone, something to do official. It's also there. One example I can say, because seventh house is has to do with justice, the justice scale, you know, like my master's program completely screwed up my life to the point that I'm having like clinical depression. And I am preparing all the proof and all the documents and all the screenshots, everything that has to do with the third house. Preparing all of that right now, which is behind the scenes, secretively, to sue them, to sue the program. So it's one of the examples that you can kind of also refer to and make your own conclusions. Then Venus will enter Leo from 11th of July. So now you are either making a lot of money, or you're officially like putting actions and receiving profits and returns. Because also this Venus will trine Neptune in your third house. Wow, some kind of really good agreement, some kind of great collaboration that is happening for you and your sibling or someone from your close proximity. Also on 12th of July, Venus will oppose Pluto, that is in your second house. So here again, some kind of fluctuation to do with your finances is going to be playing out that will kind of piss you off, so that you put more effort into making more money. On 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus and the star Algol in the fifth house. So here, I would say skip all the sudden out of nowhere date invitations, or some kind of situations where your kid has to participate in some kind of sports or in some kind of competition. Don't. Or if someone is approaching to you in the topics of, oh, let's start a business together, let's do something together, no. And be kind of careful to not be in some kind of crowded place where there's some kind of entertainment during this day. From 17th of July, Mercury enters its shadow period in your 8th house, which means after when it's officially retrograde in August, the topics that started for you from 17th of July are going to be returned to, reobserved and rechecked, and everything that I already mentioned about 8th house. So just remember that from 17th of July, all of those topics are going to be back in your life. Okay. Here, around 21st of July, 21st, 22nd, Mercury will square Uranus from your 8th house to your 5th house. So here I would say there's some kind of misunderstanding or some kind of argument to do with someone that is pushing you some kind of idea to make more money. So be, again, aware of that, because again, this whole summer, I already mentioned, is the summer of frauds and lies and all the things to screw us up. So be careful, especially during this day. Mars will enter Gemini on 21st of July. It's going to go to your 6th house. So during this period, I believe Capricorns are either going to overwork themselves or they're going to be extremely exhausted. So I don't know how to say find a balance, because Capricorns cannot find balance. It's either this or that. But let's be positive and say that Capricorns will have the will and energy and power to work, to fix their routine, to start eating healthy, hopefully, exercising more, or either having a new pet or visiting your pet, or be kind of nostalgic about your pet. Yeah, I can feel that for sure. But definitely having a new routine, a new schedule that is more active, that is going to move you more. Then we will have a full moon in, guess what? In Capricorn, which is going to conjunct Pluto as well. So your 1st house. So whatever happened 22nd of June, whatever you felt around that full moon is going to be something similar. So we're completing the cycle from last month, because there was something that was not clear, so we have to complete it, and it has to do with your 1st house of self, your physical body, yourself, your ideas, your self-esteem, and etc. Just go back and see what happened 22nd of June. It was kind of intense full moon for me too. It was fun the first day, and then other days was like, oh. But yeah. Now, my lucky aspects. Venus sextiling Jupiter from 18th of July until 26th of July. Venus will sextile Jupiter from your 8th house to your 6th house. So to me, clearly, some kind of financial offers. So if you were looking for a job, or if you were looking for the ways to increase your capital, during this day you will receive really amazing offer. So make sure that you apply some actions to receive the results by the end of the month. Then Mercury will enter Virgo on 26th of July, and it's going to go to your 9th house. So during this time you will be very much busy with either traveling or applying for visa, preparing documents for immigration, for studying abroad, living abroad, traveling abroad, working with foreigners, completing your degree, starting your education, and learning new languages. That would be amazing if my mother gets the visa, but we never know. But maybe if she does, then from 26th of July she can travel, but which means I need money. So I will use the 18th of July to make sure to increase the capital for tickets. Okay, if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can reach out to me or book a reading in links. And if you're interested in studying astrology with me, you can also do that. And I'm moving on to Sagittarius. Okay. Hello, dear Sagittarius. Make sure you're checking your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And this is your July reading. Let's get into it. From 27th of June until 1st of July, we're having Mars sextiling Venus. What does it mean? So here you are extremely busy at work, right? So you're being like, your routine is completely different than it was before. You are very much busy and occupato. And now you are figuring out the ways to make money. So during this period, I believe you will either have clarity or some kind of financial offer from your work, from your job, or you will receive a promotion that will increase your capital at work. From 2nd of July, Neptune will go retrograde in your 4th house. So here you will be very much nostalgic over your home, or your parents, or your family, or your home country, nostalgic and fixated about either changing your location, going back to somewhere you lived before. So you'll be like, oh, I lived there, it was so much better, this place I don't like. So it's going to be much of a nostalgia era. Then the same day, Neptune is trining Mercury. That has to do with your 8th house. So here, the way I can explain, maybe some kind of change, some kind of transformation, some kind of financial beneficial offer that has to do with your place of living. So maybe during this period you will receive a good offer in terms of like budget wise, or maybe you will find a house that will be matching your budget in terms of like renting or buying a property. That's one. For others of you, if you're lucky and you have the inheritance aspect in your chart, stop shaking. If you have inheritance aspects in your chart, here it looks like maybe your parents will send you money, or vice versa, you will send money to your parents, but there is some kind of financial support coming to you that will help you to support your living situation. Mercury will enter Leo around 3rd of July. It's gonna go to your 9th house, and here we're dealing with studying abroad, traveling abroad, learning languages, preparing documents for visa, upgrading your passport, literally flying and traveling and starting new degree, studying or working with foreigners. The same day, Mercury will oppose Pluto, that is in your 3rd house, and 3rd house has to do with your siblings, with your neighbors, with people around you, with your classmates, or people that you see on constantly daily. So maybe there will be some kind of opposition in terms of like, maybe you will just miss your sibling that is in another country, or maybe you will miss your someone from your close proximity, or maybe you will want to enroll in some kind of degree, higher degree, but then there is some kind of problem with your middle school or high school diploma or something like that. The same day, 3rd of July, happy birthday to my Cancer sister who is a Sagittarius rising. You can comment down below, she will definitely read them. Venus will trine Saturn around 3rd of July, and this trine is happening again for you from your 8th house to your 4th house. So it looks like some of you are definitely getting what you want when it comes to living situation, when it comes to financial topics that I already discussed. Then we will have a new moon on 6th of July that is happening in the 8th house for you. So as you can see clearly, the beginning of the month is very much concentrated around your finances, around increasing your capital, around making more money, around finding stability and security, but from some kind of other sources of income, not your own source of income, but some kind of other support. Then on 11th of July, Venus will enter Leo. It's going to go to your 9th house. So some of you are officially either starting to work for foreign companies. Some of you are officially getting your degree, applying for some kind of program, or literally starting to travel and maybe find romantic love opportunities abroad, or they could be foreigners. Then around 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus in your 6th house. So here, be very, very, very careful with overexhausting yourself at work with. So I would say 15th of July. Let me check what day is it. What week is it? 15th, Monday. I would say on Monday, take a break. Don't work, don't go to work, don't put too much pressure on your physical body, don't over exercise. It's kind of very, very, very dangerous day in terms of doing something sudden that will cause you some kind of problem. So for you, it has to do with overworking yourself and your health. So be very careful. 17th of July, Mercury enters shadow period, which means from 17th of July, the topics related to your 9th house that has to do with education, diploma, taking exams, studying abroad, passport, foreigners, is going to be repeating itself when Mercury goes retrograde. So everything from 17th will be coming back to your life in August as well. Around 21st to 22nd of July, Mercury will square Uranus that is in your 6th house. So maybe here will be some kind of language barrier misunderstanding with your coworkers or with your boss, or with understanding the analysis of some kind of health. Let's say you went for a health checkup and you probably misunderstood some kind of topic in there. So maybe that's why in August you will go back to it. So as I said, this summer is very much kind of duality related month where there could be either lies or frauds or misunderstandings. So be careful with that. On 21st of July, Mars will enter Gemini. It's gonna go to your 7th house. So now officially you will be kind of very much, let's say, aggressive with your partner, or there will be a lot of arguments with your partner, or maybe you will be very active towards being with them or planning to be with your partner, or maybe some of you will be aggressively going onto like marketing scheme to gain more fame or gain more popularity. But it's kind of a long transit. So during this period, you can just choose to go positive or to go negative. It totally depends on you. As I say, there is no good or bad in astrology. You just choose whatever you want and you transform and use that potential. We will have a full moon in Capricorn in your 2nd house. Again, we already had a full moon on 22nd of June. So just go back to 22nd and see how it played out for you, because it's going to be the same thing but more with a completion, more with some kind of transformation. And 2nd house for you has to do with finances, your money. So during this period, I believe if you didn't have official understanding or clue about how much you will make or will you make money, or if you have a job, during this period you will have some kind of conclusion. Then from 18th of July until 26th of July, Venus will sextile Jupiter from your 9th house to your 7th house. So for some of you, I feel kunyo tatochi. For some of you, it feels like maybe if you travel abroad, you will meet the partner of your life. Or it could be that you will be traveling with your partner or to your partner or vice versa. That's one. For people who are not interested in relationships, this clear aspect and indication of very successful PR campaign or marketing campaign, some kind of very successful exposure of whatever you do, your job, your work, your social media, or etc. Then on 26th of July, Mercury will enter Virgo to your 10th house. So to me, it looks like from 26th of July, you will already have very much clear understanding of what your job is going to look like, what you will work on, and what you're gonna do. So in this case, I feel like if you already received some kind of job offer, this is the period where you will start preparing documents. But remember, when Mercury goes retrograde, it's gonna cross this again. So, which means you need to make sure that you double, triple check all the documents already, starting from 17th of July. And I'm gonna go to Scorpios. Yeah, if you're interested in one-on-one reading, you can reach out. If you want to study astrology, you can do that too. But I know you won't, so forget about it. Let's go to Scorpio, but I will need a little bit of break because I think I'm having mental breakdown. I cannot stop this and I have to eat because I'm stressed because of this. It has been happening from 6 a.m. Wow. Is this the humidity? I don't know. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Hello, dear Scorpio. This is your July reading. Please make sure that you're checking your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. So let's begin. Mars is sextiling your Venus from 27th of June actually until 1st of July. So it has to do with you traveling with your partner somewhere, because this sextile is happening from your 7th house to your 9th house. So this is definitely some kind of adventure, some kind of trip with your partner. Or it could also mean that maybe some of you are launching some kind of marketing campaign or PR campaign, and it is very good for exposure of your work, your brand, and etc. Neptune will go retrograde from 2nd of July for some time, for a long time, and it's in your 5th house, and it is 100% bringing you all the nostalgia, fixation to do with your hobbies, with the way that you had fun before and now you don't, the way that you had some kind of joy doing specific hobbies in your life but now you don't, or some kind of business you wanted to do and you didn't do it, so now you are going to be kind of fixated and nostalgic around those topics. Or maybe some of you are interested in having kids or thinking about kids, so this is also going to give you a lot of nostalgic feelings. But also with Neptune going retrograde, because Neptune has to do with secrets and yeah, everything duality and secrets, and it is in your 5th house. So maybe during this period you will figure out some secrets about your love relationship that is going to come out, and you'll be like, whoa, that's a news to me, because this Neptune is going to trine Mercury. Mercury is about news, about communication, and it has to do, as I said, some kind of news, some kind of secret coming out about your partner through some kind of message, or it could be from abroad, from some kind of program that is happening for you abroad, maybe, because 5th house has to do with something that you love doing. So maybe studying abroad is something that you love to do, or working abroad, so you will receive some kind of news, some kind of update around it around 2nd of July. For some of you, it can mean that maybe your topics related to your kids' education is going to be very kind of positive. It's because it's a trine. So good news that has to do with traveling, with trips, with some kind of good and positive feelings for you or for your kids. Mercury will enter Leo on 3rd of July. It's gonna go to your 10th house of career, status, reputation. And Mercury there is going to make you think about the ways that you can enhance, change, upgrade your status, your reputation in the world. So this could play out in the form of looking for promotions, applying for higher positions, signing some kind of contract, some kind of papers. But then this is also having an opposition from your 4th house, where maybe there will be conflict between you and your living place. So maybe this job offer, this job position that you're applying for or receiving is going to be opposing with where you live, the location, the house that you live in, or it's going to be not benefiting you in terms of living wise or your family. Venus also, so yeah, around 6th of July we will have a new moon in Cancer, and it is happening for you in your 9th house. So again, topics to do with foreigners, topics to do with studying abroad, working abroad, living abroad, learning new languages, preparing and upgrading your documents for traveling, for immigration, or for exposure or expanding your business to more places is going to be very much highlighted, especially in the beginning of the month. It's like a new chapter in your life. Then around 11th of July, Venus is also entering Leo. So it's going to your 10th house. So officially you are either already receiving financial offers for your new job positions, or you're receiving the salary. For others of you, I can see, depending on what is happening in your chart, some kind of proposal, marriage proposal. So that's quite interesting. Then okay, around 15th of July there will be Mars conjunction with Uranus. I talked about this in summer video, you can check it more in depth. But during this period there could be some kind of argument, some kind of sudden unexpected topic that will cause some kind of argument with your partner, with someone you are dealing on one-on-one, someone who is very important to you. Maybe you will piss them off or they will piss you off, something like on that way. But it can also mean that for some of you, if you're having like business where you're dealing with customers or you have clients or consultations, maybe during this period there will be a bad review or something will go wrong. So I don't know what to suggest what to do with this day. Just don't talk, because Scorpios have sharp mouth if they're pissed about something. So think about that if you want this argument, because it's kind of explosive argument. So you choose what you want. 17th of July, Mercury will enter its shadow period, which means everything starting from 17th, okay, not everything, topics related to Mercury in your 10th house, starting from 17th of July until when Mercury goes retrograde in August, these topics are going to come back into your life. And it has to do for you with your work, with your documents, with your reputation, with your status. Then from 21st to 22nd of July, Mercury will square Uranus, and it is happening with your career, with your status and your partner. So maybe during this period that will be because of that 15th of July, maybe you had some kind of argument, and now let's say the wedding is off, or the offer that was proposed by your partner is off. So really depends how you play this out, but basically there's going to be some kind of tension between some kind of promise made by your partner or by you that is not going to be relevant anymore. Or the other way we can see this is maybe your new position where you will be working in, since it's having some opposition with your living place, it can also affect your relationships as well. From 21st of July, Mars will enter Gemini to your 8th house. So here you will be kind of more intense, more ambitious, more driven towards either making more money or leveling up your relationship with your partner. So it has to do with like lots of sexual experiments, or applying for grants, applying for funds, figuring out how to make more money with other people's resources, the way that you can implement funds into your life. On 21st of July as well, we will have a full moon in Capricorn, and it has to do with your 3rd house of siblings, your classmates, people you deal with on a daily basis, documents, transportations, short distance travelings. So the same thing that happened on 22nd of June, last full moon was also in Capricorn, so we'll be having similar vibe to whatever happened on 22nd of June. From 18th of July until 26th of July, the specific date would be in the middle. Venus will be sextiling Jupiter, and it's my favorite. It's like lucky for my observation, like luck or abundance aspect, and it's for you, it's happening with your career and money. So maybe this new job offer or the job offer you will apply for will be very financially beneficial for you. Or maybe something to do with inheritance that will completely change your status is going to be highlighted for you. Then from 26th of July, Mercury will enter Virgo to your 11th house, and now you will be very busy joining some kind of events, attending conferences, meeting more people, making more friends, and learning new things, and joining communities and working on specific projects with some other people. So if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can always book a reading in the link down below, or just reach out to me. And if you want to study astrology with me, you can do that too. But we're moving on to Libra. Hello Libra, this is your July 2024 reading. Make sure that you are checking your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign to receive very much accurate reading. So let's go. Around 27th of June until 1st of July, there is some kind of a very beneficial offer that is coming for you financially, for your work, over some kind of finances that is going to change your status. So maybe good inheritance or some kind of loan or grant that is kind of increasing or changing your reputation. From 2nd of July, Neptune will go retrograde in your 6th house. So here, I would say mostly things to do with your mental state or the way that you think about your physical health is going to be highlighted for you. So maybe you will be kind of nostalgic over your previous routine, the way that you worked before. The way that you took care of your health is going to be kind of playing out for you, unless you are a Neptunian person or you have planets in Pisces or in Virgo or in Sagittarius or in Gemini. You might not feel it as much. So yeah. On 2nd of July, this Neptune will trine Mercury that is in your 10th house. So to me, it looks some kind of job offer from your previous place, from the previous company, from your previous manager to work for them or to start again. Then on 3rd of July, Mercury will enter Leo. It's gonna go to your 11th house. Let me see to confirm. Yeah, so Mercury will go to your 11th house. So during this period, you're going to be extremely busy networking, communicating, making friends, joining events, joining conferences, meeting more people, and literally working on some kind of project with someone or getting famous on social media. If that's what you are doing, this is the period where you will start gaining more traction on your social media page. Then also Venus will trine Saturn from your 6th house, so your 6th house to your 10th house. So here again, now it's going to be more official, but more on a financial level. You will receive either confirmation about how much money you will make or how much better this new job or new offer is going to be for you, because on 6th of July we will have a new moon in Cancer that is happening for you in your 10th house. So as you can see, 10th house topics that have to do with your change of status, that have to do with your reputation, with the way that the world sees you as a person, not a persona, but what you do exactly, is going to be very much highlighted. But also Mercury is already in your 11th house and Venus will enter there too around 11th of July. So around 11th of July, maybe during this period, for those who are single, will meet their love partner via friends, via online platforms, or through some kind of events, some kind of conferences, or through friends, as I said. But another important aspect, if you're a social media person, lots of credibility, lots of exposure, lots of views, fame, basically. Around 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus. I talked about it in depth in my summer video. So this is kind of a unpredictable energy that might happen for you. So maybe I would say maybe during this day you will find out some kind of secret. That's one way. You will either find out about someone was taking your money, or you will receive notifications that your money has been going and you didn't know about it. So just be careful with this one, especially if someone is offering you something. Oh, I don't know, like let's do a business together, or subscribe for some kind of new subscription and just avoid, because I had something similar, and then every month I receive some kind of subscription payment request that I don't even know about. So be careful with that. 17th of July, Mercury will enter its shadow period, which means when Mercury goes retrograde around August, all the topics that started for you happening from 17th of July around your friendships or around groups and projects and communities is going to kind of go back. That's the topic of your retrograde, is going to be playing out in August. Then here I can see that also 21st, 22nd of July, Mercury will square Uranus, so your 11th house and your 8th house. So to me, it's clear that maybe you will be either invited to join some kind of community and you will have to pay some kind of fees, and it would be maybe misrepresented and you wouldn't know what exactly they mean. So it could cause some kind of regret later on, or unexpected news about if you have done this before is going to play out for you. Then on 21st of July, Mars is entering Gemini to your 9th house. So a lot of Libras are going to officially start traveling, preparing their documents, but it's more like it's already a trip. So you have already prepared all of your visa, all of your documents in previous months. And now from 27th of July, you will already initiate your trips, your movements, your education, learning new languages, receiving your diplomas, and etc. Then we will have a full moon in Capricorn, and for you it's happening in your 4th house. That has to do with your family and your living location. Same aspect happened on 22nd of June last month. I mean this month, this is June. So whatever happened around this topic, it will be kind of repeating itself into completion to finish this. And the lucky aspect that we're having, which is my favorite, 18th of July until 26th of July, but most specific is like around the middle of these this period. And this is a Venus Jupiter aspect from your 11th house to your from your 11th house to your 9th house. So here again, I feel like maybe some of you will be traveling, and in your trips you will be either with your friends or meeting your friends that you haven't seen in a long time. Or maybe if that's not what you are doing, so for others of you who are in social media, again, perfect aspect that indicates good marketing or PR campaigns that are going to be successful, especially if you are running ads. Good idea to do that. And then from 26th of July, Mercury will enter Virgo to your 12th house, and it will deal with your subconscious mind about immigration procedures, preparing documents for immigration. Yeah, definitely if you're traveling somewhere now, from 26th of July, you will be preparing your documents in this new location that is going to be kind of like a new place for you, so you might feel kind of isolated, and now you'll have to do all those things by yourself. So if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can always book one. And if you want to study astrology with me, that's also available. And we're moving on to Virgos. Okay, hello dear Virgo. I hope everything's going fine for you. This is your July 2024 reading. And make sure that you're checking your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sun sign. So let's begin. Mars is sextiling Venus from 27th of June until 1st of July. This indicates that some of you are, if you're traveling, this indicates that you're traveling with your friends, or you're traveling for some kind of conference, for some kind of event. That's one. Two, it can mean that some of you are starting to study something new, and you're receiving some kind of new exposure, new ways, new opportunities that have to do with new community and education, or traveling abroad, living abroad, learning new languages. Another way to interpret this is good exposure and good launch of either marketing or PR campaign or ads. So if you're in that field, but also if you're in social media, definitely popularity during this period is highlighted. Neptune is going retrograde around 2nd of July, and it is happening for you in your 7th house. So no wonder why some of you are probably feeling nostalgia over people from your past that have to do either with romantic partners, business partners, clients. So you can clearly see that either your exes are coming back, loyal customers are coming back during this whole period, or maybe you will discover some new secrets about your friends or your partners. The same day, Mercury will trine Neptune, that is in your 11th house. So 7th house trining 11th house. To me, clear indication of some kind of exposure and reaching high heights of like views and exposure online for those who have social media. For others, very clear indication of really good communication time, good spending time with your friends, or working on some kind of business or some kind of project with someone or a group of people. Mercury will enter Leo on 3rd of July. It's gonna go to your 12th house. So here with Mercury going to your 12th house, if you were already planning to immigrate, to relocate, to move to some kind of new place, now you will be preparing documents to submit, to do all of these immigration procedures, which is tough. Yeah, so that's highlighted. For others of you, it can be going into deep meditation state, trying to understand who you are, why you're here, or trying some kind of alternative medicine to help you with your mental health or your physical health. At the same day, Mercury will oppose Pluto, that is in your 6th house. So here, be kind of careful with especially maybe taking some kind of pills during this period, or it could be like overdosing, or maybe you will take something accidentally wrong and it will cause some kind of physical health or mental health problem. But also I can see some kind of allergy, some kind of scabies, some kind of skin allergy, irritation problems. Then on 3rd of July as well, Venus that is in your 11th house, is going to trine Saturn, that is in your 7th house. To me, this looks like some kind, again, apart from like popularity and more views on social media, or having some kind of successful marketing campaign, can also look like some kind of partnership offer with someone that is your friend. So maybe your friend will offer you to sign some kind of paper, to do some kind of contract, some kind of partnership. Because also on 6th of July, we'll have a new moon in Cancer in your 11th house. So here, as you can see, the topics that have to do with your friends, that have to do with astrology, for example, if you're studying astrology, that have to do with audience, with exposure, with people around you, with some kind of communities, with some kind of projects, are highlighted. This is like new beginning, new chapter, of like new month for you. Venus will also enter Leo around 11th of July. So here, apart everything that I mentioned about immigration, here you can also notice some kind of love affairs. So some kind of secret love affair, some kind of date invitations. I will be happy to know in comments. Or some kind of secrets coming out about your love partner, and you're like, oh, I didn't know about that. Now it's now I know. It can also mean for some of you that maybe you will find a job or a new way of making money that you don't necessarily want to share with anyone, so screw others. That kind of energy. And again, Venus will trine Neptune, so from your 7th house to your 11th house, as I already mentioned, something to do for you. There is very strong indication of some kind of friend or partnership, some kind of collaboration that has to do with a lot of secrets, that has to do with things that you don't want to tell anybody yet. So that's the type of energy there I can see. So around 12th of July as well, be kind of careful with your, especially food. Here, I would say maybe during this day, be very careful with what you're putting into your mouth. What if it smells bad and maybe it's already molded or something? So be careful with that, because we have a very strong opposition of things going wrong with your health. Around 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus. I talked about this already in depth, and this conjunction is happening for you in your 9th house. Immediately cancel all the flights, all the trips, all the important signing paper documentation or taking tests around this date. It's a bit dangerous day. So better, prepared than to whatever, you got the point. Okay. So from 17th of July, Mercury will enter its shadow period, which means all the topics that have to do with your 12th house, and then also later your 1st house, are going to be coming back into your life once Mercury goes retrograde in August. Then from 21st to 22nd, Mercury will square Uranus, that is in your 9th house. So maybe during this period, there could be some kind of notification about maybe retaking exams or reapplying for something or preparing your documents for immigration, or you will notice that some kind of document is missing, or something that is going to make you feel very uncomfortable is going to be highlighted. Then Mars will enter Gemini on 21st of July. It's going to enter to your 10th house. So now you'll be extremely active around your career, around your reputation, around what you do at work, and how you're showcasing yourself to the world. It's going to be one of your main topics for upcoming months. Then we'll have a full moon on 21st of July, and it is happening in your 5th house of joy, love, entertainment, dates, hobbies, and businesses. Same thing happened already on 22nd of June. So it's a repetition to make sure that there is full conclusion. So go back and see what happened there to see how it's going to play out for you. It played out for me for sure, in terms of, because 5th house, I also have my Capricorn is in the 5th house. So it's for me was a lot to do with gambling. So for me it was about gambling, for you could be about love, for others it could be about kids. So see how that played out. What was the lesson there, what to do with that. Okay, lucky periods, my favorite, from 18th of July until 26th of July, Venus will sextile Jupiter from your 12th house to your 10th house. So clear indication of some kind of new status, new reputation that is kind of like, it's so weird that it's like something that you should showcase to the world, but it's also at the same time, it's like, oh no, maybe let's keep it behind the scenes, let's keep it secret. Maybe you will receive a very big promotion, and you will decide to keep it hidden, or you will receive some kind of new job offer that will make you work remotely or from home or abroad. Then on 26th of July, Mercury will enter Virgo to your 1st house, and you will be very much busy with yourself, with your physical looks, and you'll be way more ambitious than right now. So if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can always reach out to me. If you want to start a show with me, it's also possible. And I'm moving on to Leos. Hello dear Leo, welcome to my channel. Make sure that you're checking your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign, and this is your July 2024 reading. So let's begin. From 27th of June until 4th of July, there is some kind of offer that is coming your way that will drastically change your status, but it's something that you want to kind of keep secret. So it has to do either with your work, with some kind of job offer, or with some kind of offer that you will not share with the public. Also, it can mean that maybe a job offer where you will have to work remotely or in a different country. Neptune will go retrograde in your 8th house, so it's a lot of nostalgia around full transformation, so feeling like life is completely different and now you have to shift. Nostalgia around money, fixation around money is going to be very much highlighted. Maybe this is also something like, oh my god, I missed that opportunity to buy that trade, to buy that Solana or Nvidia, and you will be nostalgic about it the whole time. On 2nd of July, same day, Neptune will trine Mercury. That is in your 12th house. So here again, I feel like some secrets are coming out, or you really want to hide something that has to do with combined joint finances, some kind of collaboration with someone that you are having that you will not share with anyone. So it's something like, okay, let's do something together for both, for benefits of each other, but we're not sharing it with anyone. So we're keeping it within ourselves. Yep. So that's 1. 2, it can be that some kind of financial offer, again, working remotely or working some kind of project that will help you to make more money. Mercury will enter Leo on 3rd of July, so now you'll be shining, glowing, fancy as possible. So I'm thinking to bleach my hair, but I don't think I can wait until July. Oh, actually July is in a few days, so maybe, yeah, that's one of the ways that you can interpret this, like full physical transformation, thinking about it, like you're thinking about it. And then when Venus enters Leo around 11th of July, that's when you will officially start doing something with your physical body, with your physical appearance, with the way that you are fancy. So like, for example, I've been wearing the same things for 1 year and I really want to level up my style because I don't like it anymore like this. So this is something of that sort that will be playing out for you. So I don't know how about you, but because my 2nd house is ruled by Virgo, I'm kind of cheap when it comes to specific things on spending money. So for me, it's about like fashion. So I'm very Scrooge McDuck when it comes to buying clothes. So I plan it out in advance or overthink it before I do it. So that's something like that playing out for you as well. On 3rd of July as well, there is this thing where, 1 second, Mercury, that is already in Leo, will be opposing the 7th house. So it feels like, or maybe it could be true, that someone in front of you, your partner or someone with whom you are having some kind of contract, it feels like they're trying to control you or trying to manipulate you, or maybe you are trying to control them or seeking some kind of manipulation, or you're thinking about it. So you are either thinking to manipulate or control or take an advantage, or you think that the other person is taking an advantage. So it's going to be like, if this thing comes out, it's going to manifest in a form of misunderstanding or argument. Okay, then we will have a new moon in Cancer in your 12th house. So new beginnings in topics related to immigration, in topics to do with relocation, in topics to do with working abroad, working remotely, or working on some kind of secret. I'm very curious how it's gonna play out because I have something in my mind. Okay, then so Venus will enter Leo around the 11th of July, and yeah, so the same day when it enters Leo, it will also trine Neptune, that is in your 8th house. So here again, as I said, some kind of financial benefit that is secretly hidden, some kind of mystery, some kind of secret coming out or being held, and you know about it. Then this topic about like feeling controlled and or in opposition with someone across from you, your friend, your love partner, or your client, will also play out around 12th of July. But here the thing is a little bit more on a financial level. So maybe let's say you have a client and they don't pay you, or they pay you and then they will complain that the offer wasn't as well as they hoped for. So yeah, that's the way it could play out. On 15th of July, Mars is conjuncting Uranus in your 10th house. So here, this is some kind of abrupt change or ending, or something like very sudden that has to do with your status, with the way that the world sees you, not in terms of personality, but in terms of who you are and what you do. I'm very curious how this one is going to play out, because we're dealing with Uranus, and Uranus is all about unexpected, so we don't know. But let me think a little bit more. So it's Mars conjuncting Uranus. Uranus rules your 7th house of partnership, and Mars rules your where is Mars in your chart? 9th house and the 4th house. So this is definitely something to do with some kind of partnership, yeah, or your exposure online, and a foreigner, or something to do with immigration, something to do with abroad, definitely immigration, or a family, for your family or your home or your parents. Very much connected, all of these things. I have something in my mind, but I cannot share with you because why? It's secretive. But it's so funny, I will share with you after. But I'm not sure, because here we're not trusting anyone who is very strong Gemini, or because during this period, as I said in my summer video, we're dealing with lots of fraud situations or lots of conversations where it's just talks and it never turns into something official or serious. So even though the conversation is going back and forth, you can never be sure if it's for sure. That is why I'm not sharing right now, but I can tell you that everything that I explained is already playing out. One thing to know is Mercury's shadow period starts from 17th of July, which means that when it goes retrograde or in August, the topics that will be in highlight for you from 17th of July are going to be returned back. So here we're dealing with your physical appearance, and then your 2nd house of finances. When Mercury goes to Virgo on 26th of July, the focus is going to be on your finances, your self-worth, your value, your talents, your money. So these topics are going to be coming back in August. Here, 21st of July, 22nd of July, Mercury will be squaring Uranus from your 1st house to your 10th house. I'm telling you, this whole month for you, it looks like some kind of big leap, big jump, big shift in your status, either for work, either whatever, marriage, divorce, or something of that sort. That is definitely very strong and playing out for you. So please let me know how this is playing out in your case. On 21st of July, Mars will enter Gemini. It's gonna go to your 11th house. So now, if you are a social media person, you will be very driven to make content for your people, for your community, or maybe during this period you will join conferences, events, meet more people, make more connections. Then we will have a full moon in Capricorn in your 6th house. So anything similar, it's the same full moon that happened around 22nd of June. It's gonna play out again to make sure it's completed. So just go back and see what happened around 22nd of June. It has to do with your health. It has to do with your routine or your pets. This topic is definitely repeating itself or being highlighted. From 18th of July until 26th of July, this is my favorite aspect of all. Venus and Jupiter working together to make our lives a little bit more fancy. So this aspect is happening from your 1st house to your 11th house. So I feel like it's a lot of, so first of all, it can be love with a friend. So you find love through a friend, or your friend becomes your love partner, or maybe your physical appearance and how you are will attract more people for your exposure. Yeah, and if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can reach out. We can work together. And if you want to study astrology with me, you can join because it's also available. And we're moving on to Cancers. Hello, dear Cancer. Make sure that you're checking your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. So let's begin. Very interesting thing we're having here. A lot of Cancer and Capricorn drama that has been happening. So I will see how it's gonna be playing out in July, since I already know what was going on in June. So this is something fancy to see and observe. So let's begin. My lips look fancy. Okay. From 27th of June until 1st of July, Mars is sextiling Venus from your 11th house to your 1st house, or from your 1st house to your 11th house, doesn't really matter. And this has to do with your friendships, love partnership. So to me, it looks like a friend becoming a love partner, or you're falling in love with your friend, or you are falling in love with your community and working on some kind of project with someone. There's definitely dealing with people who are like-minded. Maybe finding someone who is like-minded as you to work on some kind of love relationship, marriage related topics. Neptune will be going retrograde from 2nd of July, and you will definitely feel it. It's going to give lots of nostalgia, lots of fixation around your trips before, like, oh my god, I was living in that country, I was living there, it was so much fun, I studied there. So it's like a lot of feelings, a lot of this kind of memories that will be coming out to you that will have to do with like living abroad, studying abroad, working with foreigners, and etc. Mercury will enter Leo on 3rd of July. Happy birthday to my Cancer sister. That's her birthday. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to any other Cancer out there. So Mercury will enter Leo. It's gonna go to your 2nd house. So finally, if you were jobless, if you were looking for ways to make money, this is the period where you will either start looking or applying for opportunities, or you will be given opportunities, or you will think about to make more money. And the reason it will happen, maybe during this day, there will be some kind of frustration around you being dependent on other person's finances. So maybe someone will tell you, oh my god, you're living in my house and I'm paying all the bills and you're doing nothing, da 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 da. That sounds like someone Scorpio, but yeah. So that kind of a position maybe will force you to look for something to become financially independent. Okay, then we will have new moon in Cancer on 6th of July. So new beginnings that have to do with you. So you will be the center of attention. Everything this month is going to be about you, for you, surrounding you, especially your physical appearance, your diet, your body, the people around you, and etc. Venus will also enter the second house around 11th of July. So if from 3rd of July you were thinking and you started applying, around 11th of July you will already receive financial offers, opportunities to kind of increase your finances. So that's fun. Then 15th of July, Mars is conjuncting Uranus in your 11th house. Here, technology glitches, internet scam, and frauds are highlighted. So what I would say, do not make especially online purchases or say something online that you might regret later. So maybe some kind of scam that have to do with subscription payments and stuff like that is going to be there, or it's very sudden, so sudden and unpredictable. So I cannot specifically say what exactly, but it can also mean that if you have your own social media or if you are doing something online for other people, it looks like maybe someone will expose you for something that you haven't done, and they will like try to frame you for something. But it can also mean that because 11th house is the house of friendships, maybe some friends will do something and it will not make you happy at all. So it will maybe sabotaging or something like that. So let me know what it is. Mercury will start its shadow period from 17th of July. So from your second house, what does it mean? Shadow period means, you know, when Mercury goes retrograde and the question's like, oh my God, what does it mean going back to past? So it goes back to topics for you that will start from 17th of July that have to do with money, and then siblings and short distance traveling and education. So these topics, so from 17th of July until 26th of July, the topic is about like making money, thinking about the ways that to improve your financial state. And then from 26th of July, Mercury goes to Virgo, to your third house. Here it's about short distance traveling, it's about siblings, it's about technology, it's about cars and short courses and etc. So these topics are going to be brought back once Mercury goes retrograde in August. Then on 21st of July or 21st, 22nd, Mercury will square Uranus. Here, there could be some kind of money going out of your pocket, mostly online. So I would clearly be very like, I would warn you, Cancers, to go and check your subscriptions and unsubscribe from the things that you don't really need, because then in the end of the month you'll be like, oh my God, why do I have such a big bill? So that's one of the ways. Or it could be again like friends that are challenging your value, your worth. So it will trigger you like, excuse me, you have such a opinion about my worth and my self-esteem, something like that. Then Mars will enter Gemini from 21st of July. It's gonna go to Gemini, to your 12th house. So here you either will be very, very, very much involved in some kind of secret schemes, so doing something secretively, or it can mean that maybe you are immigrating or you're traveling somewhere and you are in the process of, not in the process, you're actually doing something to immigrate or to move out or to do something away from where you live. So in that case, that could play out for you, I can see. But because it's also the house of secrets and you don't want to share things, apart from working remotely, it's secrets. So Mars for you rules your 10th house. So it has to do with your status. So something to do with your status is going to be important to be kept secret. Then on 21st of July, we will have a full moon in Capricorn in your 7th house. So something to do with partnership, love partner, or exes. And the thing is, Saturn is already retrograde, and Saturn is the ruler of your partner. So if you have noticed your ex is coming back, that's the reason. And if they reach out to you around the full moon on 22nd of June, the same thing is going to happen. So do whatever you want. You can say, ciao cacao, don't talk to me more. But like, that's very interesting to observe. Around 18th of July until 26th of July, we're having like aspect of Venus with Jupiter, and it is happening for you from your 2nd house to your 12th house. To me, it looks like some kind of financial offer to work remotely or to work abroad to increase your capital. So yeah, if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can book a reading. And if you want to study astrology with me, it's available as well. And we're moving on to Gemini. This guy knew that I'm working on this the whole day, and he promised me that he will fix his stuff and then I can record clearly. No, he decided to do all of these noisy things after these neighbors stopped being noisy and after I started recording. Like, wow. Okay. Hello dear Gemini, this is your July 2024 reading. Make sure that you're checking your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. Let's begin without further ado. We're moving on. 27th of June until 4th of July, there is some kind of financial offer that is coming from abroad, from either working remotely or working in another country, or maybe thinking about the ways that you can make money without telling other people. From 2nd of July, Neptune is going retrograde in your 10th house. It's definitely going to affect you in terms of understanding your social purpose. Why are you here on this planet, in terms of what do you want to do? What do you want to be known for? What kind of history, footsteps you want to imprint? And this is going to give you lots of nostalgic and fixation around these topics, thinking about, oh, I wish I was this, I wish I was that. When I was a kid, I was thinking about those things. So these are like those kind of feelings that will kind of trigger you to do something, because the same day Neptune is trining Mercury, which is your planet, in your 2nd house. So here you're probably thinking about, okay, if I choose this kind of job, this is the amount of money I will make, so I would better like apply for a promotion or look for a specific job with this specific amount of money. So money is important. Mercury enters Leo on 3rd of July. It's going to your 3rd house. So here, communication, traveling, sales, short distance, traveling, convenience, studying new skills, taking some kind of short courses. You know the drill. It's your planet. This is something that you will easily try to do. So it's very, I think, good aspect, like buying technology or thinking about buying a car or figuring out the ways that you can become more technologically savvy. But also it's the place of your siblings, so siblings communications or communication with your classmates or with people around you. It's going to be highlighted there. Then okay, let's move on. So around 3rd of July, when Mercury enters Leo, it will automatically oppose Pluto that is in your 9th house. So maybe there will be some kind of trigger or some kind of situation where, let's say, you have an opportunity to study abroad, but for some reason you can't do that. So you're choosing to do short courses, or you have an opportunity to fly somewhere or go somewhere far, but you will end up doing something more locally. The same day, Venus is trining Saturn from your 10th house to your 2nd house. So here I would say receiving financial offer and making this financial offer that has to do with your work, that has to do with your status, more official, more on paper, signing some kind of contracts that will financially benefit you. Because also on 6th of July, we will have a new moon in Cancer that is in your second house. So you will initiate the new chapter, a new month that will be revolving around making money, becoming financially independent, and relying solely on your skills, on your talents, and your values. And of course, taking care of your health and diet. Venus then will join Mercury from 11th of July. It's gonna go to your third house. So here I would say maybe falling in love with your friend from high school or from middle school, or falling in love with someone that you see on a daily basis. Or if you're in sales industry, this is perfect for making money, for finding clients, for selling, and doing some kind of very lucrative and beneficial, efficient job to do with your communication. Okay, on 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus in your 12th house. So here, maybe it's going to be more on a mental level. It's going to be, like you might have either a headache, or you won't be able to sleep well that day. You will be like, the insomnia will be on, or the opposite. You will be so exhausted that you will spend the whole day sleeping. I think it's a good idea to just sleep that Monday off. And do not drink alcohol or take any kind of pills during this day, because it might not end up well. Trust me on this one. Then, good things. No, not yet. Mercury enters shadow period, which is very important for you because you're ruled by Mercury. So it's an important piece of information here. So Mercury enters shadow period around 17th of July. What does it mean? Shadow period means when Mercury goes officially retrograde, it's gonna go back to specific topics that happened for you from 17th of July until Mercury went retrograde. So from 17th of July, Mercury for you is, where is it? In your third house. So until 26th of July, Mercury is in your third house, and it's dealing with everything that I told you about: siblings, people from your close proximity, convenience, short distance traveling, courses. And then from 26th of July, Mercury will move to your fourth house of family, relocation, moving in, moving out, fixing your house, finding a new place. So these topics are going to be coming back in August when Mercury goes retrograde. Then around 21st and 22nd of July, be very, very careful of frauds, of people who will be offering you some things, especially foreigners, or especially if it's some kind of scheme that you're not clearly sure about. So this is a protection day to protect yourself from any kind of fraud scams. It can also be that maybe they're like, oh, I will tell you a secret, but you will have to do some blah, blah, blah. I will tell you a secret about your siblings. Or maybe you will figure out some kind of secret about either your classmate or someone close in your life or your sibling, and you will not be happy with it. But let's move on to Mars. Mars from 21st of July will move to Gemini. And here you are going to rock and freaking and roll. Okay. So if until now you felt drained, exhausted, yeah, now you will be on top of the world. You will be ambitious, driven, impulsive, very active, very fast, very sharp. Use that. From on 21st of July as well, we will have a full moon in Capricorn that is happening for you in your 8th house of shared resources, financial support from other people, intensity, sexual desires, and some kind of secrets as well. So what happened around 22nd of June is the same thing. It's repeating to give you like a full conclusion and closure. Has to do with also trading as well. So let me know how it played out for you 22nd of June. Around 18th of July until 26th of July, we will have this beautiful aspect of Venus with Jupiter that will have to do with you in the fields that are related to you, to your friends and siblings, or transportation, or communication, or sales, or let's say fame. It's very much highlighted, and I would like to know how it is going to play out for you. Let me know in comments. And if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can always reach out. If you want to study astrology, it's already available. I'm teaching astrology. You are welcome to study it with me. And we're moving on to Taurus. Okay. Hello dear Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is your July 2024. Make sure that you're checking your sun, your rising, and your moon signs to get more accurate reading. Let's begin. Mars is sextiling Venus from 27th of June until 1st of July. And it is happening for you from your first house to your third house. These are some kind of offers, opportunities that are coming from either your siblings or from your classmates, high school, middle school, or from people that you knew from when you were like a kid, or from people that you meet on a daily. But it can also mean some kind of good offer to buy something that you were planning to buy, some kind of gadget, some kind of technology. So if you were thinking about buying something during this period, maybe you will find a good offer to do so. Either technology or some kind of short course or some kind of trip. Maybe during this period, maybe you will start traveling somewhere. You'll be very kind of like busy, and you will receive this kind of beautiful offers. Neptune is going retrograde on 2nd of July, and it is going to also trine Mercury that is in your third house. To me, it's very strong connection between you feeling super nostalgic over your friends from the past, your classmates from the past, your siblings, or maybe if you were more social person, if you were famous before, this is something that you will be very much nostalgic about. But at the same time, maybe there will be some secrets coming out about your siblings, about your friends. And also it's about working some kind of project. So maybe during this period you will be very fixated around some kind of group project, some kind of thing that you wanted to do with someone, and you will be like thinking about it. But also, actually, Neptune rules big money, like really big money, because it has no limit. And for you, it's in 11th house of freaking profits. So maybe during this period, you will be receiving profits from previous things that you have done before. On 3rd of July, Mercury will enter Leo. It's going to go to your 4th house here. You will be either moving in and moving out to new locations. Maybe you will be traveling to your home country and visiting your parents. Or maybe you will be deciding to think on how to re-innovate your house, the place that you live in. Then Venus will trine Saturn. That is also in your 11th house. So this is more on some kind of financial offer that is coming for your projects, for the things that you do on some kind of, in some kind of community with some kind of people that you know close by. So to me, it's like some kind of financial benefit coming your way for what you do. Because we will also have a new moon on 6th of July in your 3rd house. So it's like new beginning, a new chapter that has to do with your siblings, that has to do with short courses, learning new languages, learning new skills, getting the driving lessons, the driving license, being very much occupied and very busy, traveling short distance and kind of being extremely busy. Then Venus will enter your 4th house on 11th of July. So here you will already officially will be redesigning, renovating, buying things, making it more on the physical level, more materialistic possible. Can also mean that during this period, maybe you will fall in love and get married, or it can mean that maybe you will find good opportunities, good offers to buy specific things like furniture for your house. 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus in your first house. So this is a little bit of tense and unpredictable energy, but it is definitely not something super positive. So it has to do with your physical body. So I would say be aware and be away from anything sharp, anything that can burn, anything that can fall, anything that can physically harm you. It's Monday. I don't know what else to suggest in this case. Just be as chill as you can, be slow during this day, because maybe you will do some kind of sudden fast move and you will hit your leg or something will happen. So it has to do with your physical body, so be careful with that. Another aspect, Mercury shadow period started from 17th of July. What does it mean? So Mercury goes retrograde like 3-4 times per year, and it usually goes back to topics starting from specific periods. And the topics that will start for you from 17th until it goes retrograde, these topics are going to be coming back for you. And as I said, Mercury for you is in your 4th house until 26th of July. So topics about these things will be coming back. And then from 26th of July, Mercury will go to your 5th house that has to do with love, kids, joy, romance, entertainment, hobbies, and business. So these topics are going to be coming back for you. Then around 21st and 22nd of July, Mercury will square Uranus that is in your 1st house. So maybe many ways that it can play out. Maybe you will have a fight with your parents, your family, or maybe you will be kind of not satisfied with where you live or how you live and the way that your family is. So this is something that's going to kind of bother you. Now, Mars will enter Gemini from 21st of July. So until 21st of July, it has been in Taurus. So you notice that you might have been more ambitious, more driven. You had more energy to do things, to be physically active. Now it's going to your 2nd house. So here, Mars will definitely focus on making more money, figuring out how to become more financially independent, what qualities and what skills you have to enhance in yourself to become super independent from any kind of support. Then we will have a full moon in Capricorn on 21st of July, and it is in your 9th house of studying abroad, traveling abroad, learning new languages, applying for visa, upgrading your passport, getting your diploma, passing all the exams, and etc. So basically everything that happened around 22nd of June, if you go back and check it out, what happened around 22nd of June, this is something that's going to be repeating itself to give you full conclusion and closure. And last but not least, my favorite aspect of Venus and Jupiter working together. For you, it has to do with your 4th house of family, relocation, your parents, and money. So again, I feel like maybe during this period you will receive some kind of good offer for either for furniture or maybe for a place where you can the place that you can enjoy more, like either the rent is cheaper or the rent is very interesting or the price is very good, or opportunities to visit your parents more. So this is something that will be very, it's not going to be like very strong out there, it's going to be slight but very pleasant energy. So if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you can book a reading. And if you want to study astrology with me, it's already out and you can study and learn astrology with me. And we're moving on to Aries. Okay. All right, Aries, I made it to you guys. It's very long, but I made it. I need a sip of water. No, this is not water. So let's get to business. You know the drill. Sun sign, moon sign, and your rising sign. Very importante. So let's go. From 27th of June until 1st of July, there is this beautiful aspect, harmonious aspect that is happening between Mars and Venus for you, from your second house to your fourth house. So second house of finances, second house of some kind of luxurious, convenient and comfortable thing to do with your family or your house. So the way that I see it is good offer for rent, or good offer for some kind of furniture, or finding the right place to live in, or figuring out the ways to move in your parents with you, or you traveling back and forth to your parents. On 2nd of July, Neptune will go retrograde in your 12th house. So you will notice how dreamy you are, how sleepy you are, and you will notice how many dreams you are seeing when you go to sleep. And you might be very nostalgic about past in general. You'll be super nostalgic about everything that happened in your past. So it can go in different ways. Maybe you mentally you will be kind of exhausted from all of these thoughts. But yeah, the same day this Neptune will trine Mercury that is in your fourth house. So to me it looks like two ways I can interpret, but there are of course more ways. One way is if you were planning to immigrate or move somewhere, this is the period where you will receive really good results in terms of being your documents being approved, you heading abroad, you're heading and you're moving somewhere and you're preparing all of your immigration documents. The second way that it can be interpreted is some kind of secrets, some kind of family tree situation, some kind of family information is coming out for you, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't know about this. It was such a topic, I didn't know about it. So you will be kind of surprised by this news, secret. Yeah, that's how I see it. Okay. Mercury will enter Leo on 3rd of July, and it will bring a lot of energy to do with enjoying your life, having butterflies feelings, feeling so much love, going for concerts, entertainment, being invited on dates, or inviting people on dates, or falling in love, finding new hobbies, finding business ideas that you want to work on, or something in the life of your kids is going to charge you, will give you lots of energy. So that's very cool to me. Then on 6th of July, we will have a new moon in Cancer in your fourth house. So here, this is interesting. As you can see, the fourth house topics, which have to do with your living place, your parents, your motherhood ideas or parenthood ideas, your roots, your country, are going to be like kind of a highlight of your month with this new moon. Then Venus will join Mercury on 11th of July. So now when Venus goes to the 5th house, the game is fully on. Fully on for dates, fully on for falling freaking in love. This is the sign that is going to, for sure, fall in love, go on dates, go to Taylor Swift concert or whoever other concert. This is the jam. This is Aries rising energy happening right here. Apart from all falling in love, finding hobbies, things in the life of your kids is going to improve and it will be way better. Also, maybe thinking about opening a business, working on some kind of business. 15th of July, Mars will conjunct Uranus in your second house. So maybe during this period, you will decide to impulsively spend money, and then you will realize that it was not a good idea. So I would say during this day, keep your wallet away from you and make sure that you're unsubscribed from everything that you have no clue about, because maybe if you don't, you will be charged for something that you never knew about and you didn't want to deal with. On 17th of July, Mercury will enter its shadow period. What does it mean? Because Mercury goes retrograde 3-4 times per year, and it will go retrograde in August. And the retrograde period means that Mercury goes back to specific topics, and these specific topics will start happening for you from 17th of July. So anything that happens from 17th of July onwards to Mercury retrograde, these topics are going to be repeated. And for you, these topics are around 5th house of love, kids, entertainment, joy, hobbies. So I would say X is coming back kind of feelings, or if you meet someone new, this new person's relationship is going to be coming back to you again in August. Then from 17th of July until 26th of July, these topics are around love and romance and kids and hobbies and joy. And then from 26th of July, it is going to be around work, your physical health, your routine, your pets, and your physical body. On 21st of July until 22nd of July, Mercury will square Uranus. From your 5th house to your 2nd house, it feels to me like a gambling that went wrong. So during this day, it's not suggested for you to gamble or to do any kind of investments, or just calm down, because I know that during full moons, usually prices drop. But sometimes it drops either a day before or a day after. So be kind of very careful with the way that you do investings during this day, because on 21st of July, we will have a Capricorn full moon, and this full moon already happened on 22nd of June. So what happened for you around 22nd of June? If you did something gambling situation or something, so basically this full moon for you around 21st of July, it has to do with your status change, with your work, with your career, with your reputation. So what happened around 22nd of June that could play out again? Let me know in comments. I'm curious to know. The same day, 21st of July, Mars will move into Gemini to your 3rd house. So now Mars going into Gemini to your 3rd house, where it likes to be, kind of, you will be very, 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 very busy, from going places to places, making connections, buying, selling things, interacting with people, learning new skills, and being super driven and super fast. So this is very amazing in my opinion. And then one of the most beautiful aspects that is not out on your face, but it's light and you have to notice it. And it's happening from 18th of July until 26th of July. The direct aspects are in between. And it is happening from your 5th house of love, joy, entertainment, fun, kids, to your 3rd house of siblings, learning new skills, teaching something, learning something, buying something. So to me, it looks like maybe you will receive some kind of good offer to receive a gift of, like, someone will gift you a book, someone will gift you a course, or maybe you will receive some kind of discount, or you will find a way to buy some kind of courses for free, learn new languages. Very interesting and very pleasant aspect to look out for. Maybe also it has to do with your siblings as well and your kids. So kids and maybe kindergarten or their elementary school and etc. So if you're interested in one-on-one reading with me, you know where to find me. If you want to study astrology with me, that's available as well. And I'll see you next month. Make sure to watch other videos. Bye bye.